Well, welcome everyone to episode 14 of Flock of Geek Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Defense, and with me is
Kester.
Hello, Kester.
What's going on?
I feel like I don't see you enough.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah, it is. And guess what? This feels like a good episode for me.
Why is that?
14 is my favorite number.
There you go.
Yep. So early. What's your favorite number?
21.
Oh, we're going to get there.
We're going to get there. We're going to make it. Or
couple
69.
Uh-oh. I thought you were going to go there.
Nah.
I'm glad you took the mature route.
Yeah, 21.
All right, well, we have a lot to talk about this week. It's not necessarily huge news that came out, but I just found a lot of cool stuff to talk about.
That's good.
So first off, I'd like to thank everyone who watched the Salt and Sanctuary review. We got over 1,000 views on it.
I know. Good job, Andrew.
I know. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I think I posted a comment on Facebook. I really never thought that I would ever get 1,000 views on a video on YouTube.
No, I never thought we would either.
It's just like, it's one of my dreams.
So there you go.
And aspirations, yes. So I'm very excited about it. So thank you, whoever watched it. It was a lot of fun to make, and it was a great game. And I'm just glad it was well received.
Yeah, it was. You are the best around.
You are. And if you haven't watched it yet,
watch it.
Watch it, because that's a little hint there.
Wink, wink.
Another cool thing was we're actually getting some, like, I wouldn't say necessarily fans, but people interested in us and, like, that aren't our friends, and that one fan.
Yeah, that one guy.
So I'd like to give a good shout out to the Mr. BS show. It's a podcast, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. They kind of reached out to us and sent us a Yuffie and Tifa cosplay image. Because the last episode was Final Fantasy, they kind of said, hey, you probably would like this. And yes, we did.
I did like it, yes.
We totally and 100% endorse this behavior.
We do. We love a good cosplay.
Yeah. And I'll give a shout out too to the photographer. His name is Z is Eternal. You can find him on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, I looked at his stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool.
Bunch of cosplay stuff.
And he like sets up pretty legitimate photo shoots and just kind of, goes to conventions, has people over at houses and stuff, and he just takes pictures. It's really cool. And I really like to support that kind of thing because the geekier and nerdier you are, the better.
Exactly.
So shout out to those guys. We really appreciate it. I wasn't expecting that kind of thing, and even like Mr. BS show is listening, so really appreciate it.
And we take any and all fans. We love you all.
Yes, we do. And I'll throw the links in the description below of YouTube and SoundCloud, all that stuff, so you can check those guys out. Really awesome. Okay, so more getting into the news of stuff.
Let's go.
Well, should we describe the show today?
Yeah, why not? Like, tell the people why they're here.
Okay, you're here for your gaming news that we care about, not necessarily all of it.
Yeah. Just what we find interesting.
What we're playing, of course. And we got our generation favorites. We're up to Super Nintendo, and we're going to throw in Genesis games, too.
Yeah, this is our top 10 Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis games.
Yep, and again, if you haven't listened to... It's been a couple...
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I think that was like episode 4 or 5.
We're kind of trying to drag this out over the year. We're going to, every couple episodes, throw in a next generation lineup of our favorite games, and then by the end of the year, have our own favorite game of all time.
Yes.
And hopefully we get more than one fan, and then they'll come, and we'll set up like a
bracket of sorts.
Yeah, and people can vote on it, and it'll actually be you guys who vote for the best game. So we'll set it up, but you got to respond to it.
And just know there's only one right answer for the best game of all time.
Yeah, Undertale, right?
No.
I was being sarcastic.
It's worth a shot.
If you don't know, that's what got game of all time, that one bracket.
I doubt Undertale is going to make any list of ours.
It's not on mine.
Yeah, not on mine.
It was cool, but
It's not
just
one of
don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm not deep enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
But okay.
You're shallow.
I am. I'm shallow. I'm like a little puddle.
I don't know why that was so funny, but it was.
Because I'm a little puddle.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, we'll just start with some news.
Let's go.
Nintendo DS ends support for the original DS. Oh, wait. Nintendo ends support for the original DS in Japan.
Well, I thought that the original DS had already didn't have any support. Like, the 3DS has been out for a long time.
That's the ironic part.
Yeah, that is the weird thing.
But they've officially said we're done with it. So
That was a great little system, though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I really like the 3DS too. I'm not usually for kind of just adding one thing to a console and calling it a new console, but they upped the processing power and graphics and stuff, so it was good enough.
It was good. I wish I had one.
They need to stop renaming things the same name with one thing in front of it or after it.
Yeah, that is their style, though.
It's just confusing. Just call it something else.
Yeah, whenever you said DS, I was thinking the 3DS, really?
Nah, they didn't stop that. No, it's their moneymaker.
Yeah, but like the DS hasn't been relevant for like 10 years or so, right?
I know, but they're officially done with software updates and all that stuff.
Okay.
They're just calling it quits on that. So
great little system, though.
it was. Sorry for whoever is playing it, but I'm sure you don't care.
No, I don't think anyone's playing it.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Gears of War has been slated to release October 11th of this year.
Nice. Did you watch any videos for it yet?
I watched some gameplay.
How's it look?
Like Gears.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
Yeah.
like it's just going to be another Gears game.
I mean, what I watched of it, I don't... Okay, I'm not going to say, like, I'm not interested at all, but it's not... what is his name? Marcus Phoenix?
Nah.
It's not him. It's like...
Some other guy.
He seems kind of generic.
I'm sure he's just Marcus Phoenix again.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's not quite as rugged. Because, like, Marcus Phoenix sounded and felt like a truck driver.
Yeah, he did.
Which was cool.
I liked Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, he was a cool character. And he
and
didn't,
dumb.
Wasn't he the voice, Marcus Phoenix? He was the voice of...
Bender.
Yeah, and Jake the dog from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was cool. I'm not convinced on the new character. I didn't really see much on him, though. He just kind of looks like a generic dude.
Yeah.
Like the Channing Tatum of video games.
Exactly. I like Gears of War a whole bunch, like I said, but I'm not... It doesn't look good enough for me to buy a new system.
No, not same with me. But a lot of people were pumped. It's cool that they're getting another one. There's a girl character in there too. She seems pretty generic too.
They're all generic in that game.
And like playing, I don't know, the tech demo, the gameplay demo they had, I wasn't really impressed with it. There wasn't very much going on. Like, usually you want to do something really badass with those. And it seemed, I think they fought one type of enemy or something.
Well, they could be holding stuff back.
True. But you got the traditional, like, the run, sprint, crouch thing. You get the chainsaw. You get the guns, the shotgun.
Yeah, it's the same with Halo. What, they make 5? Are they on 5?
Yeah, they just got 5 out.
Like... They're the same game. It's just the same game over and over again.
It's one of those things. It's how far do you stray from the source material, because is it Gears anymore? You know, so that's like a catch-22. A lot of people like us, we're not interested because we played it 3 times. Other people are like, we just want more of the same thing. Like how we feel about Dark Souls.
Yeah, we just want more of the same thing.
Yeah, we just want new things in the same.
Oh,
game.
I get it. If you really want more of the same thing, that's cool. Because I want more Uncharted and more Dark Souls,
exactly.
and more Zelda.
It's just Gears didn't do that for me.
No, it's not one of the like franchises I'm passionate about. But if you are, I definitely understand it. It's great.
Oh yeah, I'm not dissing the game. It's
Yeah.
just I couldn't do it for 4 games.
Yeah, it's not a system seller to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
basically my point. But it's a great game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So that's coming out soon. So I look forward to that this year. All right.
All right.
As I said before we started casting, we're going to beat a dead horse real quick.
What dead horse?
Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, no.
I know we said it died, but it keeps coming back.
Yeah, I'm fine with kick. I hated that. So let's anything we can do to kick it.
You actually brought it up this week, and I looked further into it. Sales dropped 70%.
Yeah, we called it.
Since the first week. Like 70%. We thought it was going to at least go 2.
Yeah, I did. I said maybe 2.
There'd be those people that were like, it's not that bad. And then they go see it and they're like, it is that bad. And then the third rounders would say, never mind.
Yeah, I actually think what this is, too, is like I was wondering because it seemed like there was so much like people coming out of the woodwork to defend it. And I think what that is just a classic case of you're just a loud minority.
Yeah.
Like you're being more loud about how much you love it.
That's yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't make it good. It seems like most people didn't like it because it would still be like successful. You know what I mean?
And I think the people that didn't like it are just like, okay, that was bad. I'm moving on.
Yeah,
we have to beat the dead horse because we're doing a podcast of stuff like this. Usually, I would just say, okay, I'm done. That was really bad. Whatever. But
yeah.
we have to kind of keep revisiting.
Like, if it's bad, I don't feel like I need to go onto the internet and yell about how bad it is. But if everyone else hates something I love, I'm going to try and fight. I'll yell at you and tell you how wrong you are.
Yeah. It's pretty much like reading a Reddit forum like a day after a game's released. Because everyone else is playing it while the people that didn't like it are bitching.
Yeah, and I think it was a lot of people who just were like, it's DC, I love it. And they probably even posted reviews before they even saw the movie.
I know. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
It like literally just dropped and they're like 10 out of 10.
Yep.
It's the best movie ever.
So I think it's just another case of a loud minority.
A friend of ours who was in agreement with us, he got like harassed on Facebook.
Yeah.
For it. Like he posted his honest review and he has a legitimate excuse. Like he loves comic books. He loves those characters.
Probably the biggest comic book fan we know.
Yeah, exactly. And he knows all the lore and everything to do with it. And he didn't like the movie. And he went on and told everyone he didn't like it as a fan of comics. This dude, like, he did it on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb or something. This dude found him on Facebook, messaged him, and just, it was all caps, yelling, you could tell, and, like, calling him just every swear word in the book. It was just really bad. Like,
you know they're mad when they're using all caps.
I know. And they, like, searched for him.
Yeah, it's like
you had to try, dude.
It's like sending a hate message on PSN. You really have to be enraged.
Exactly. So that's ridiculous, and it makes me hate the movie even more.
Yeah,
because the fans suck. They're not us.
Yeah,
we're the fans.
I don't know anyone who is a huge fan of Batman who liked this movie.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. So it's estimates are suggesting that it will not make $1 billion, and like, okay, up front you're like, well, that's a lot of money. Okay, well, this movie was costing so much.
They said after advertising and all was told, it was close to $800 million they spent on it.
Yeah, I've heard that number, and like people are like, it's only $240 million to make. But that's the thing. If you're at the advertising on top of that, you're still spending a ton of money.
Yeah.
So it probably did reach that high. And just to put that into perspective, Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland made over $1 billion.
Wow.
So how can you not make $1 billion? Okay, if that movie made $1 billion, and you have the two most iconic superheroes of all time,
the way you do it is just be that bad. It's that bad.
Exactly. Like, it's a testament to what that movie is.
Yeah,
it's just that money, how much money it made.
I think we said it on when we did our reviews. Like, this is gonna have a great opening weekend, but word of mouth is gonna kill it.
Yeah, and it did, and it's already dying.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, vocal minority.
Very, very vocal, very loud vocal, as you said. A lot of people have speculated this will cause a change to happen.
It should.
Okay, I know, but the Hollywood Reporter kind of did an interview with Warner Brothers, and I have a kind of like a little paragraph that Warner Brothers said. Okay, now with DC movies dated through 2020, the outcome has led to a flurry of rumors that the studio will make adjustments, maybe add a new producer?
Ooh.
Rather than allow Batman vs. Superman director Zack Snyder to proceed with the two-part Justice League. But sources with first-hand knowledge of the situation say the studio has no such plans.
Oh, good.
One says the filmmakers naturally will evaluate what went wrong with Batman vs. Superman, but when it comes to Justice League, this is definitely a quote, we're not going to take a movie that's supposed to be one thing and turn it into a copycat of something else.
What?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, does that mean they don't want to turn into a copycat of Marvel?
I think that's kind of what they're referring to.
Hey, DC, you need to be more like Marvel.
I know. They're making tons of money and good movies.
And good movies. Hire some good directors like Marvel does.
So from that paragraph, we can conclude they're keeping Zack Snyder for the
That's
Justice
the
League.
worst decision they could have made.
I know. It's like the most obvious changes that they can do real easily, too.
Yeah, and it would appease...
Anyone would come and do a Justice League movie.
Yeah, give it to anyone else.
Yeah. Give it to Ben Affleck.
Yeah, give it to Ben Affleck.
Poor guy.
Bruce Timm. They should throw a whole bunch of money at Bruce Timm and tell him to take over this universe.
Why not?
Because, yeah, before this turns into we are Marvel fanboys, I'd just like to state you're not that big on a lot of Marvel movies.
No.
And my favorite comic book universe is the DC animated universe. That is my favorite comic book universe. I like DC characters a whole bunch.
Yeah, me too.
But you need to be more fun. You need to do something besides this.
You need to make a superhero movie that seems like a superhero movie. I don't want to go see a dude dressed up like Batman. I want him to have this like crazy, he's a superhero kind of feel to it. And like these movies are so dark and grim and like, ugh.
I think the problem is this movie it set up so many bad things that how do they even write themselves out of it?
Yeah, they're like in a corner. Yeah, we said that. It's just like they're in a corner.
I can't remember where I heard this, but this is a very good point. Like, let's say the Joker appears in this movie, this universe. How does Batman not just straight up murder him immediately?
I know. Well, they're saying he is. There's that rumor he's dead.
Yeah.
Because that's what like sent him over the edge. And that Suicide Squad, we might find out what happened.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, but it's like so many bad decisions were made in that movie. You can't write yourself out of them.
So, in conclusion to that paragraph, we're going to say Warner Brothers knew and knows that something is wrong. They'll look into it, but they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's just like they can't. They really can't. This is all ready to go, man. This movie's Justice League is written. It's starting shooting in 2 weeks. You're getting this movie.
I know.
And the only thing that we can really do is not go see it.
Which we're gonna.
Yeah, we will.
That's the thing with it's like that's kind of why I wanted to see Batman vs Superman. I wanted to go into it and just be like, okay, I know this isn't gonna be very good, but maybe it'll be like fun bad. No.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I thought it was gonna be like fun bad, and then they'd have some things I liked, but now
it's just awful.
And it's good though that it dropped off so much.
Yeah, it shows. I mean, I was kind of sad because like all these people are coming out of the woodwork saying how great it is. But you're right. I think it's just a lot of minority, and most people just don't really like it.
Yeah, and a big thing is, or another reason there's such a huge drop off is, say these people that are saying they liked it, why didn't they go see it again? Mm-hmm. Like nobody went and saw it again. Like, when you think about Star Wars, how many times did I see that during the first 2 weeks? I think 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I liked that movie. As soon as, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, I saw it in the theater. As soon as it came out on Blu-ray, I bought it, you know? Mm-hmm. Same with the Captain America. This movie, I'm never going to watch again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rent it. No. I'm not going to see it on TNT in 3 years. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to watch it.
Just never going to watch it again.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think our perspective on it was correct, as in saying that it was going to drop, and it definitely did.
Yep, loud.
All right.
If you out there and you like it, and keep being loud about it, but you're ruining it for the majority of people.
Yeah. So, okay, that dead horse is a little deader now, but I'm not going to promise anything.
When you said kick a dead horse, I thought we were going to kick Uncharted again.
No.
Because we're going to try and get that one up and moving again. That one.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon. We actually, moving on, we have something you called a long time ago that actually came up, and it was actually true.
What is that? I'm usually right about a lot of things.
Okay, there was leaked information of God of War 4.
Really?
Yeah. Can you guess what they're saying about it?
What's that?
No guess?
No guess. Just tell me.
They're saying it's going to be based in Norse mythology.
Yes. You're welcome, everyone.
I know. So good call.
Yeah.
I had to put it on there. I'm like, wow, Kester was right.
Yeah.
And you were, I mean, I completely agreed with you, but yeah, pulling that out, that was really good.
That's exciting. Now I can be excited about a new God of War.
I know. The only issue is they said it seems like it's going to be Kratos again. Like, there's like,
how is that going to work?
I think they're kind of saying it's Kratos in a different universe. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Okay, I'm fine with that, to be honest with you.
They're saying it's kind of like,
if it's the
just
same
a version of
okay.
Kratos. Like, not necessarily him, but maybe him in some kind of, I don't know.
If it was the same exact Kratos, I think that would be weird.
Yeah, that'd be silly.
It's like, what does this guy do? Just murder gods? Did he become like You want me to kill a god? Hire me, Kratos.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Kratos is cool, but I'd much rather have something new.
Yeah, I would too. But
So
I mean, if it's a different version of Kratos, I can live with that.
yeah, that's what they're speculating. But they're definitely it's more speculation that it's going to be Norse mythology.
Yes.
Which is a great move.
You're welcome.
That's the one thing we needed refreshed, and it's
perfect.
Yes, good
We're
job.
gonna get trolls and ogres and such.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, so that's something to look forward to. So I think we both agreed we're excited about Doom.
Yes, we are very excited about Doom.
There was a short multiplayer beta recently, and it's not getting the best.
It's not going over well.
No.
Wonder why.
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, what are people saying? Please tell me, Andrew.
Here I come. They're saying the controls aren't really tight enough. This is a beta.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
They're going to iron it out, and it seems like they gave themselves a little more time than usual to fix these things. So I'm just going to go through a list of things that people have said. So the controls aren't really tight enough. The characters feel sluggish, and movement is not near as fast as you think.
So it's that like walking through water feeling.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think because the game feels so much like Unreal and how fast that game is, that it's like feels like it should be like that, but it's not.
It should be faster than it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think it's faster than normal, like a Call of Duty, but it's just it's like in between. It needs to be faster. And like it's so yeah, it's like not quite as good as the Quake series. People are saying. The PC seems to have like more like a lot of modes to play multiplayer, but they're pretty dead. Like Battlefront, like it's just like deathmatch. Like no one really wants to play anything else. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I never really want to play anything but deathmatch. So that
I'm with you on that. I don't really get it. I find Capture the Flag like a lot more frustrating.
I hate King of the Hill.
Stuff like that. And
Defend This Box. I hate that one because it's like I gotta go stand in this box and get shot at.
Exactly.
And then there's always that one dickhead who's just like outside of it sniping people who walk in. It's like you're not even trying to capture it. You're just trying to get killed, you dickhead.
It's a play deathmatch.
Yeah, play deathmatch.
Yeah. So it's looking like it's kind of the Battlefront syndrome. People just want to do deathmatch. I mean, I understand that. I don't really think that's a fault. It just sucks that they...
That's not a flaw to me. That's fine.
Exactly. But it sucks that they go and make all these modes and then no one plays them. So because resources could be put other places then. There's some lag issues, but that's beta stuff. Server issues, beta stuff. The demon with the jetpack is completely overpowered, as you thought it would be.
I know.
That's saying it's just ridiculous.
Shouldn't even be in there.
I'm guessing they're going to have a mode it's not, but... Or they'll just have to tone it down a whole bunch.
So the demon gets a jetpack too?
Yeah, I don't know.
So he's just flying over, raining death upon everyone.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's going to need taken out for me to want to play this game.
So overall game polish and optimization isn't perfect yet, as expected. It's a lot of people are saying it's fun. It's like really fun, but it's really underwhelming. They thought it would be better.
So it's just kind of like average.
Yeah.
Well, beta, give them.
Yeah, they're just saying it's just, I don't know. It looked really promising.
It really did.
So, but that's no one ever, like no one outside of the developers have played the campaign at all, though. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with the campaign in that game.
Like I'll play the multiplayer a little bit, but I don't see myself getting into like Doom that much.
If it was really good, I probably would, but
I'm just not into the Twitch shooters as much. And this is what this seems is going to be like.
I'm into some Twitch shooters. I don't like first person that much, though. It always frustrates me.
Yeah, so that's what this is.
Yeah.
I know we've both been purposefully staying in the dark about Dark Souls 3.
Yes, we have.
I did watch a review on it.
Okay.
And it got an amazing score.
As it probably will.
And it didn't give much away for me. Of course, gave me some ideas for builds and stuff, but overall, I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see what people were saying, make sure it wasn't a poop shoot. I would still bought it anyway.
I would have too.
But so it's getting really well received from people reviewing it.
That's good. I don't need to. I like staying in the complete dark. Like I don't want to see anything. I don't need help with my build. I'm using a mage. I always use a mage, so it doesn't. I'm ready.
Yeah. all I got from Magic feedback is it's different. Like, not like they've just kind of made it better.
They made it better?
Yeah.
It was always the best.
I think there's more customization to it now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've heard about Magic, purposefully. But what I really want to talk about, there's a glitch right now because Japan has it. It's out for Japan. It shows your bare ass when you crouch down when you're like in a robe.
Okay.
Like if you bow, your like the robe like catches and glitches, and your bare ass is just hanging out.
Well, this is good news, my friend.
I'm not saying it was bad.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
I'm just saying that it's been like kind of showing up on the internet a lot of like pretty much just ass shots of like people sitting on enemies' faces.
Yes.
Like, you know, like teabagging and stuff. But it's really funny. It's not going to give anything away, but I highly suggest you look up the ass glitch.
I'm going to definitely look up the ass glitch.
It's funny. I can't believe they didn't catch it.
How do you
Like,
not
did they
catch
not
that?
pose while they were playing?
Don't ever patch the game or they're going to take it out. You can't update
Don't do it.
or you won't have the ass glitch.
It's funny. I'm looking forward to the. It's been there for a while. I just think it's very low priority for them.
They don't care.
As it should be. I mean, do you really think the Japanese care about a butt?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Americans will.
Oh, I know. Jesus.
Especially a butt in my mature rated game.
And it's usually not even a naked ass. It's usually clothed.
Oh, is it clothed?
No, it's a naked ass.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, the ones that get all up in arms about aren't necessarily naked.
No.
Like, Armika's not naked.
No, she's not.
She has a thong thing on.
Yeah. She's pretty, you know. What's the word I'm looking here for? Fan servicey, though. She's.
Oh, yeah. All the girls are.
I'm not. Okay.
You can't say Cammy's not. You can't say Chun-Li is.
I was going to say maybe Karen.
Yeah, you're right. She's classy.
Yeah, Laura is out of control, though. Did you see her new outfit?
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Oh, that is not okay, Capcom.
It's like, I like it, but I don't.
Yeah, I really like it, but I don't.
I shouldn't.
But I shouldn't.
So, all right.
Now women are going to get mad at me for playing Street Fighter. Ugh.
I just want to play my favorite games.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So this is kind of a cool, uplifting story, something we never normally
That's not usually
don't
what our
have.
show's about.
But it shows some pretty cool people over at Sony. So Sony sends a player who has cerebral palsy a modified PS4 controller so they continue to play games.
Good for that.
They literally made a single controller for one person.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I read the story, but it didn't really say how it came about. But one of the people who designed it was just like, yeah, we'll do it. And basically, the person with cerebral palsy was saying that he was having trouble playing it because of the touchpad in the middle, which is understandable. It's huge.
Yeah.
But he said he would always hit it and like it would pause the game or bring up a menu, and some games were pretty much unplayable for him. So what they did was they didn't get rid of it. They just made it so nothing happened when you touched it. And they added a whole new button to the controller so that it's the touchpad button somewhere else, so the kid or person could play it. I don't know if it was a child or an adult.
Good for Sony.
So yeah, I just want to give them props. I think that's really nice, and that's probably going to be the nicest news we ever do.
Yeah. Hopefully something else cheery happens.
Yeah, you can't say we're all just me and Kester just pieces of shit all the time.
Most of the time I am. I'm a bad person.
Okay, so also this is really, I don't know why people do this.
Okay.
I don't get it, but it's impressive? Question mark?
Maybe. Some
dude got to level 100 in World of Warcraft using only a dance pad. Like a Dance Dance Revolution dance pad.
Yeah, why would you do something like that?
It was 130 hours of gameplay just standing on a dance pad.
Oh my god. Maybe he wanted to get in shape.
I mean, he didn't, like, he was in shape. He looked fine.
Okay.
Maybe it was because he did that.
Yeah. Maybe they should have the before and after pictures.
They should have. But, like, this kind of opened up this world of, like, People do this, dude.
Yeah, people do crazy stuff.
Like, there was a guy who was playing with 2 pads to play. Well, this guy was using 2 pads as well, because obviously. But he, like, puts it up on the wall, one of them, and then one at the floor. And, like, he was playing Ocarina of Time with it.
Yeah, people love doing stuff like that. I don't get it either.
I don't.
Do you ever play that shooter Ikaruga?
No.
There's a Japanese guy who plays the arcade version, and he plays both ships, and he uses 2 hands. It's incredible.
Ugh.
It's like one hand's both of them. I don't know. You'd have to play the game to understand how impressive that is.
I can. I mean, if it's like an up-down space shooter. Yeah. I mean, those are insane.
Yeah, because it's the one where you can like switch the color of your ship. So like, white absorbs
blocks the black, and
and vice versa. So he uses like one ship as a shield, and then the other one it's incredible.
Wow, that's impressive. The other thing, speaking of like playing simultaneously, there's people that play like Mega Mans at the same time. Like he'll play 2 and 3 at the same time.
How is that possible?
With the same controller?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like obviously, like in 2 he'll jump, and in 3 he'll actually like jump over something, but he'll beat them. Like, it's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really impressive and fun to watch. It's just like,
it's like Blind Punch Out. You ever see the guy play Blind Punch Out?
Did he actually ever beat it though?
He can make it to Tyson blind. I saw someone beat Super Punch Out blindfolded.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen him.
You couldn't beat Tyson blindfolded though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it might just be random.
Yeah,
like really random.
Too hard.
It's just too quick. Yeah, I've seen people get. I think I saw them get the Super Macho Man.
Yeah, I've seen a guy beat Super Macho Man blindfolded.
Yeah, that's probably okay. That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's
really
crazy. Nuts.
People like to make challenging things for themselves.
See, that's the thing for me. That's cool, I guess, but I would rather just try to like play a different game.
See, I don't know. I like challenging stuff.
Yeah, but you've never done something like that. Like usually, from what I've heard, you're rewarded in some way for what you're doing, like either being on a top chart or getting a cool item.
Yeah.
Like these people are doing this.
Like it has to be fun. Like part of the game. Like I beat
exactly.
Like I beat Dark Souls 2 without dying because it was you got a ring.
Exactly. Which is cool. Which is I understand why you did that because you love the game. You want to like keep going with it, and just to bring a new challenge into it makes it a little more refreshing. But I wouldn't like. I don't know. I wouldn't like play a game with my feet because
there's no point.
You know what I mean? It's just. I don't get it. It's cool people do it. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I played Tekken one-handed a lot.
Well, I mean, that was arcade, right?
Yeah, and that was to rub it in people's faces.
See, that's what you get at.
Yeah.
You get bragging rights and you can talk shit.
Yeah, I don't just do it because I'm bored.
Exactly. So, okay. I'm really excited about this. You probably don't care.
Okay, what is it?
I'm getting there.
Before I dismiss you outright.
PS4 has released a new update this week. Actually, it dropped like yesterday, and I checked it out. It's a remote play for PC and Mac.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I know. But you know how awesome that is for me?
How awesome is that for you?
Like my girlfriend can watch the TV, and I can play it on my computer.
Oh, that is a good point.
And I don't have to move my PlayStation.
That is really
Or I could go play in my bed.
Yeah, if you're single, you don't care. Your girlfriend ain't yelling at you, but
yeah, but if you got someone who's trying to watch TV on your 60-inch TV, it's like And so basically, you just download this thing. I'm actually going to put this link in there too. You just download it. It's real easy, and then you just plug your PS4 controller into your computer via USB, like how you charge it, and you just connect via your PSN, and it'll find your PlayStation, and you'll just play it.
That is sweet, actually.
Yeah.
For some people, for me, it doesn't matter. But
I mean, the thing is, if you would get a laptop and you were on vacation, you could play.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have that's what they did with the Vita, and the Vita didn't sell well, so they're like, screw it, we're just gonna put it on computers now.
I mean, there is an off chance I might eventually get a computer and a girlfriend. So I mean, stranger things have happened, and then I would have a use for that.
So, but I think it's really cool. The only downside is a lot of people will get pissed. The max is 720, not 1080. So it's because the resolution.
That wouldn't bother me.
Yeah. some people would. And then the default set to 30 frames per second, but you can up it to 60. So, I mean, I know, but I'm just saying.
I don't understand.
I'm giving the specs so people know before they're like, this looks like shit.
There are specs people out there, like, I don't care. Like, I don't even know the difference. Like, this is running in a smooth 60 frames per second. As opposed to what?
I don't know, dude. You even said yourself when you played the Dark Souls 2 on PS4, you're like, this is way better.
Yeah, it was, actually. You're right.
That's 60 frames per second. Dark Souls 2 on PS3 is 30.
Yeah, it was a lot smoother. Yeah, maybe I just didn't know.
The other thing, though, too, you got to realize, I think it matters about the game. Like, Dark Souls is very, very precision-based, and some other games really doesn't matter. Yeah. So, like, you really notice it in Dark Souls and games like that. But, I mean, it's just thrown out there. You can change it so you can have a max of 60 frames per second and 720. There's no 1080 yet. I just think that's because of streaming. I mean, you can do it via Wi-Fi, or if you hook up both to the Ethernet in the same house, you can do it that way too.
So that's cool, though.
Yeah, it is really cool, and I'm really, really pumped about it because there was times where like my girlfriend would be like watching a marathon, and I felt bad because she's working too, and I don't want to take her off the big TV, so I literally moved my PS4 to my computer and just play off the monitor. No, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's really good for you.
It is. It is.
Me, and I don't even care.
Okay. So if you listened to the cast last week, it was all Final Fantasy all the time.
Yes.
It was fun. It was fun cast. I recommend going and checking it out.
That was my favorite cast.
Yeah, we talked about Final Fantasy 15s, all the news and updates, and all of the Final Fantasy games. We gave kind of an insight into what we've played and what we liked about them. So last week they announced that Final Fantasy was coming out with a free demo called Platinum Demo for PS4 and Xbox One. So I got right to it and played it, and I figured I'd give you my thoughts on it.
So what are your thoughts on it?
Okay, so if you haven't played it yet, it's a dream sequence. That's why everything's really weird. Like you're small in a big house and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you are the protagonist, Noctis, main character, as a child. And you get like a dream pet that kind of guides you through, and it's like pretty much the tutorial. And you get to name it. And I think if you have that saved on your hard drive, you get a summon specifically for the new game.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. So just so you know, like play through it. It's like half an hour if you want that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get it this week, I think.
The demo?
Yeah.
Cool.
They got internet coming in now.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Very excited about it.
Nice.
Probably next Monday or Tuesday they're going to put it in.
That's sweet,
I know.
man.
I could finally,
be alive again.
I know. I've been losing my goddamn mind without internet. It is the worst way to live.
Yeah.
Like, you have nothing to do. There's nothing to do without internet in this world.
Especially with the next gen and, phones.
Yeah, I can't even play on my phone.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I just use data.
Mm-hmm.
Data is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
This cocksucker.
All right. So, I'm going to give you my likes of it first. I do have dislikes.
Aw.
Sorry that I have opinions.
Your opinion is wrong.
I'll tell you what they are. Maybe you'll agree with me.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, the graphics are spectacular. They look great.
Yes.
This game, it seemed like more of a tech demo than an actual demo. Because there's, you walk around, and there's pads on the ground that change the weather and the time of day, so you can kind of check out what all of them look like.
That does sound like a tech demo.
So I'm just like, okay, it's cool, but all right, I don't really care that much. I'm not really into that. But it was neat to see, when it rained and versus when it was sunny out, I guess. But it looked good, nonetheless. The environments were cool, but they were kind of strange. They kind of made up with that for
being in a dream sequence.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
But, I don't know. You, start off in, the woods and, kind of, a nice rocky area. And then, you get transported to a giant room of, a dining room. And you're, small. And, you drive, toy cars around and stuff. It just was real. That's really far off.
It's really weird. I don't know. It sounds right for Japanese people.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not into that, but I'm looking past it. It was just whatever. They were just showing stuff off. The thing was, it didn't really make sense to me in the context of the game. Like, they could have done that placement anywhere else. I don't know why they put it in. It wasn't like it was adding to the story or anything.
I don't know.
So
sounds like a tech demo to me. They just wanted to show you some stuff.
Sure, okay. At the end, you actually play as adult Noctis. You, like, turn into adult, and you fight like a golem.
Okay, how's that?
It was cool. It was like, I was really pumped that they threw that in there because that's what I wanted. I wanted to play as the adult because I don't think you're going to be playing as the kid.
Probably not.
So I wanted to use his weapons and stuff, and it was
you might
cool.
play as a kid,
maybe a little bit,
and mope around as a kid.
Yeah. So, like, because the game up to that point, you're using toy weapons, like they squeak.
Oh, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was just like really childish. Why can't you just give me a real weapon? Anyway, when you're a kid, you're using the squeaky weapons, but then you turn an adult Noctis and you get his sword, and you get his, like, broadsword. It's like a bastard sword, really long and big. So, like, the heavy duty weapon. The thing I liked the most about the combat was that the fluidity of changing between weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be hitting with the sword, and then all you have to do on the directional pad is hit whatever your hotkey to. Like, if you're up is your sword.
Okay, I was wondering if it was going to be L and R's or the D-pad.
It's the D-pad. Everything's on the D-pad, it seems like, even items. So, like, if it's up, you're, like, using the sword because that's your equipped weapon. Then, like, mid-combo, you could hit the right directional pad, and it'll automatically switch to the sword.
Okay, I like that.
It's actually pretty fluid. And
I like that,
I was
yeah.
impressed. I was, like, at first, I'm like, because I didn't realize you could do it mid-combo, and then you, like, if you do it right, you can. So it was pretty cool. And the teleporting was neat. Because if you have the sword equipped, you can teleport around.
Yeah.
But it's not as cool as I thought it would be, or because you, like, teleport to a place and then you're stuck there. And then you can teleport to the next place. It's just like, I don't know. It's not as fluid as it should be because you're teleporting, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you teleport up here against like a hanging balcony, and you stick your sword in, and then you're just kind of hanging there. And the only other thing you can do is teleport somewhere else. And then you could teleport directly at the enemy, which is the golem, and, like, do, like, a combo. And really just cheap-ass him, because you could just hit him, teleport, because it's really OP.
Yeah.
So,
there's probably some sort of limit on it or something.
Sorry.
Like, it's not going to just be unlimited, probably.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the reason it was a little slower, maybe, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, overall, it was a cool idea, and I feel like they're going to do cool things with it. But I was a little underwhelmed by it.
Okay.
Overall. That's one of my dislikes. I'm not sold on the fighting, however. There's a couple things I don't like about it. It doesn't really feel fluid at first, because the way you attack, it's the one button. Okay, what's the one button that you wouldn't make attack?
Circle.
Yep.
It's circle?
Yep.
Really? First guess.
Any other button, because that's always the back button, or like the roll.
That's a roll.
Or yeah, exactly.
That's not. Come on, Square.
I'm sure I didn't look too far into it because I wanted to play it as handed to me and give an honest review of it. I'm not a fan of that. They could have easily made it square, because square is the dodge.
That's backwards.
Yeah. It's like, get with it. You've played Dark Souls square. Just do it.
Yeah, that's like making B to jump on Super Mario. You just don't do it.
Exactly. So that just pissed me off.
That would piss me off.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you have to... Whoa.
What is going on with the mic?
Death!
Like, hot mic. Got a hot mic here.
Disappointed!
All right, we died and we came back again.
We're okay.
The mics are all right. I smacked it and it just went haywire.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting by. I should stop doing that. I use my hands too much.
You're very gesture oriented when you speak.
I am. Especially, yes, exactly. Anyway, we were talking about circle shouldn't be attack. It should be dodge and vice versa. Square, yeah. Anyway, that pissed me off. The other thing is, you have to hold it in.
Like, you have to hold circle in?
Yeah. Like, you have to hold it in instead of tapping it.
Well, what's jump? Is X jump?
Yes.
See, that's not gonna work. Because how are you supposed to hold in, attack, and then jump? That's
You jump and then hold it in? I don't know.
that is dumb.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan of it.
Hopefully you can change it.
Yeah. I didn't play the other Final Fantasy 15 demo, so I don't know if it was the same. I'm guessing it was.
It would probably be the same.
Yeah, but I have a big issue with that. It's really just, I'm not used to it. I don't like it, and I don't like I said, I don't like the fact you have to hold it in for a fluid combo. That doesn't feel like a combo to me.
You just want to be mashing it.
Yeah, I want to hit it 3 times, switch to another sword, hit it again, and do a combo. Not hold it in, wait for it, and then switch.
So you don't press the button, you just hold it in and he attacks.
Yeah, he'll attack like 4 times.
I don't know. That doesn't sound... I would rather mash circle.
Yeah, me too. So that's an issue for me. The other issue I have is using items and magic. I don't like it.
Really?
I don't know technically if this is magic and how it's going to be, but you acquire items like you get like firecrackers when you're a kid, and then when you're an adult you get a fire spell or item. I don't know technically what it is. And you give it a directional pad, and then you have to aim it. So you can lock on to enemies, but then when you switch to the item, I found that you have to aim it.
That is weird.
So, like, if I'm locked onto an enemy, I want to throw a fireball at him. If I hit that button, he should throw it at him. Because I'm locked onto him.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to aim it.
I know, but you do. And it's really, really sensitive, and you cannot tell where it's going.
That's bad, because if you're in an intense battle and you need to hit, like, one more fire spell to kill the boss and you just keep missing.
Well, and it's really long.
Yeah.
And I found that you can't judge distance well. Like, I couldn't catch an enemy. I tried multiple times. I couldn't catch an enemy in the middle of my spell. Like, you get, like, a blizzard spell that rains down, like, shards of ice.
Yes.
And it would always hit them on, like, the edges. Like, I could not get it in the middle because it was too slow, and by the time I aimed it and threw it, he was on the outskirts of it.
That doesn't sound very good.
It's not, and I'm not impressed with that.
Yeah.
I don't understand. If I'm, like, I could see if I'm not locked onto a character. But if I'm locked onto a character, that's where I'm throwing it. You should throw it for me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's really strange. I was not a fan of that. And like I said, too sensitive. You can't tell where it's going. Ugh. Yeah, I'm a little sad about it.
Well, this does not sound promising. I'm going to have to play it there to get my...
Sure. You could play it after the cast.
Maybe.
Okay. The platforming. Ugh.
Not good.
Okay, when someone said this was very Kingdom Heartsy,
Yeah.
they were right. It is very Kingdom Heartsy.
Are you talking we have to make, like, precision platform jumps?
Not from this demo, no.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I've taken for granted, I think a lot of us have, just the instance of jumping and not quite getting on top of the ledge, so the character kind of boosts up and gets themself up there.
Yeah.
In this, you don't do that. Like, it kind of glitches you up over it, or you don't make it. There's no, like, in-between animation to say you're, like, stepping up onto the platform. There's no grab animation if it's higher than it should be. So it's just like you jumping and hopefully get on top of the ledge.
Huh.
Which is strange, because I would assume that they would throw in, like, a grab. You know, like...
Yeah, pull yourself up.
I
Not in there?
didn't see it.
Wow.
And like I said, like a ledge half, like, waist high, when you jump up on it, you have to jump up onto it, or you don't make it.
He doesn't, like, crawl up.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And it just makes it it really, like, I don't know, it seemed really dated. Like, this is like shit they did in PS2.
Yeah, that sounds dated. Yeah, that's, like, does sound like Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, wasn't impressed with that.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say it was extremely average. It's interesting, but the fighting really made me sad. I'm just not really into it. I think once you get more weapons, it will be cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you can change the button layout of it. It's just they're going. It seems like they're trying to go so actiony that now the RPG's holding it back.
Yeah, like
It's
that.
like,
Go all out or
don't do it.
Or don't do it, yeah.
Because
hybrids are rarely work out.
yeah, and this definitely seems like they're going for that. They should have just did combat like a Devil May Cry, like a little toned down, I think, because it's
Or Bayonetta. Or like,
just not as many like high flying combos. But they should have went more that route with button mashing and actual combos with switching weapons in and out like that. But yeah, I don't know.
oh well,
I'll still get it and everything, but it just
it's a demo too, so I wouldn't get too.
I was pretty bored.
You were pretty bored with it.
Yeah, you run around and collect crystals.
This sounds very boring.
Yeah, it's a tech demo. It really is.
Okay, well next week we'll get my thoughts then.
Okay,
That'll be
good.
fun.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
see
interested.
who liked it better, and,
So,
or maybe I'll hate it worse. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm giving it a very average score. I'm not gonna say don't buy the game. Just check it out. Hopefully they change some stuff, but I mean, I'm one person. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. It could just be tech demo, kind of giving you an idea of these are the systems, but I'm sure the actual game will be a lot more in depth. Hopefully. Hopefully.
We'll see.
We'll
yeah,
see.
we'll hear from you next week on that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish this segment up. What are we playing?
I just beat Salt and Sanctuary. That was mainly what I played all week.
Okay, I platinumed it.
You platinumed it. Nice.
And I beat it twice.
Really? You liked it that much?
Well, I got the Dragonfire, and
yeah, it's like the game's over.
well, the thing was, I was looking through the trophies, and I actually got most of them. So I'm like, I'm kind of bored. I'll play again, and I beat it in 2 hours because I knew everything. Like I knew where to go.
Yeah.
And it was fun. But there's two endings.
There are?
Yeah.
I got the one where I went down the well.
Yeah. The other one is that Scarecrow.
Yeah.
You find him, I think, 4 times for the whole game. You have to talk to him every time.
I only found him once.
Yeah, he's there 4 times. If you have to talk to him though every time, and I don't think the answer matters, but I always answered yes just in case. And then at the end, after you beat the last boss, if you jump over that well, he's back there, and it's a different ending.
Oh, okay. Which was better, or does it not really matter?
It's the exact opposite of the other one. So like, you know how you like went through the well and you escaped?
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert. 2 seconds. Okay, you become the nameless god.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, it's very Bloodborne similar.
oh yeah.
So
Do you either
cool.
take the throne or do you walk out?
Yeah.
You kill the flame or whatever.
Yeah, it's Dark Souls, yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah. I will say, though, that game was really tough not having a internet. Like, it took a lot longer than I felt like it would if I had internet. Because,
Sure.
like, and I'll say probably it's one, because I really enjoyed it. I would give it like an 8-9. I would say it did not do a great job of leading you around.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna say the same thing, and it's not that we wanted hand holding necessarily, but it's the fact that like the next area is somewhere between where I'm at in the beginning of the game. It's like I have to, it could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere, and there's a lot of running around. You just I spent probably a good 8 hours in that game just wandering around trying to find where to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Which like I said, would not have been a problem at all if like I had like a spoiler-free walkthrough. I would have enjoyed the game more, to be honest with you.
I did that. I'm not gonna say I didn't because of that issue. I ran into I read a lot of it when I was at work and stuff, and people just said it's kind of all over the place. I would just use this, and it's literally just like, okay, you're gonna go here, like go in this.
Yeah, something like that would have been nice.
That's all I did, and it was more or less because I wanted to save myself time. I didn't want to waste my time walking around.
And that's what I did. I spent a lot of time just wandering around, having no idea where I was going or what.
Yeah.
And then what ended up happening, I think, is even before I got Dragonfire, I was OP. Mm-hmm. Because I spent so much time like fighting stuff, just looking for a way to go, that like my character was way overpowered the whole game.
Yeah.
Like even before I got Dragonfire, I was my just regular sword because I had the one that scaled to magic. I was just
the Black Widow.
Yeah, I was just destroying everything. So I mean, I will say, Still great game though.
Oh yeah, highly recommend. It's $18.
Yeah, and it is a long game. It's a lot of fun.
Like their first playthrough is probably going to be between 25 and 30 hours.
Yeah, mine was I think around 19, 20, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a little more credit because you're a Dark Souls fanatic and you're used to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for like the common person who may never played Dark Souls or whatever, probably take them a little longer.
Yeah. Depends also on your character too, I think a lot, because some of them are, because I was like, I'm going to replay it. So I went back and used all the classes. Some of them seem like they can't do anything.
Yeah. I heard daggers is just pointless.
Daggers are pointless. The bow doesn't seem very good.
I didn't even really look into that.
Yeah, I tried using that. It didn't seem very good. It seems like either fighter or mage is pretty
Mage, I had a lot of fun with the mage though. It was fun.
I don't know which because for the video we did, I played it here and I beat like half the game, and that was actually the first time I played it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say I probably made it a little over halfway through, and I think I had more fun playing as the knight
Okay.
than I did as the mage, because the mage just a lot of rolling around and shooting, whereas the knight there was blocking and countering. I don't know.
Sure.
Probably just play style preference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny we're like the exact opposite in this game, and then opposite in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing a knight in Dark Souls.
You're gonna do a knight. I'm doing a mage. I always do.
No, the reason is because I feel like it's just a whole different game when you play melee, and I'm gonna do both, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the challenge of the first playing the knight because like you have to get in everyone's face.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun for me. And I've done it with every other Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2 was a bitch, but I did it.
Yeah,
And I want to say I did it again.
That's the opposite with me. I've always played as a wizard in every game I can choose. I choose a mage.
Yeah.
If there's like a class system, I always choose a mage. So
Yeah.
I'm not stopping that now.
I don't blame you.
Even D&D, I'm a wizard all the time.
Yes.
So
So that's all you played?
I basically, that's all I played this week.
Okay, I finally got to pop in Resident Evil 6 for a
Yes.
while. So I played that.
That's good.
It's fun. I'm not really far enough to give it like a conclusion. The only thing I do not like is the fact you have like stamina.
Oh yeah.
I think that's dumb.
Yeah.
I guess it would be OP if you didn't, but I don't know.
I don't remember that being an issue for me ever.
It was only a couple times, like those really close counters, and I don't like the fact that the healing doesn't do anything. Like the healing spray does, but then like you get a red and green herb, you'd like, okay, that's full health. No, it's just more, and then you have like 6 or 7 like segments of your health. It only takes you up 1 each time you use it.
Yeah, I remember those pills. Weren't they like pills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that being an issue. It's like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, but like you have to do it 6 times.
Yeah, they like dump them out in their hands.
And they just eat them.
Oh, I didn't mind that at all. I was the same with the
It's just a waste of time. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't think the stamina bar bothered me either, because I don't think I ever kicked anything without shooting it first.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't either, but
yeah.
I don't know. That's the only 2 issues. I mean, maybe they won't be such a big issue, but it's fun. I'm having fun. I'm going to play it more. So.
Yeah, I don't remember it enough either to like. I just remember really liking it. So.
I'm going to keep playing and it was only $16.
That's a great deal for that game.
Yeah, and you get Ada too.
Yeah,
So,
I like Ada.
yeah. And then I've been playing NHL 16. I play it once a week with some buddies. We're at the Stanley Cup.
Nice.
Woo! We played all.
Which team?
We're the Pens for this
Pens.
one.
Aw.
My-
I'm always on the Wild.
I know you play my Wild section. We're close. We're like over halfway of the season there, but yeah, the Pens are going for the Stanley Cup. We're playing the Blackhawks,
Yeah.
of course.
I mean, I've been playing actually a lot of Street Fighter still, so
Cool. Yeah.
Didn't like Alex when he came out, but I will say the trial system is awesome. It added the combo thing I've been complaining about.
Nice. Very nice.
The matchmaking has very much improved. It's really fast. You're into a match. I really like they added the way it works now is even in ranked, when you come up against somebody, you can fight up to 3 fights.
Nice.
So like if you win 1, then you can fight again, and if you win 2 in a row, it's over. If he wins, then you can fight a third. So it's like best out of 3. I love it.
That's awesome. And you can refuse the rematch, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like if you came across someone that just destroys you, you don't have to play him again.
But if you got real close.
Yeah, if it's a close fight, you're like, I really wish I could play that guy again. And you can just immediately go into it. That's a great feature.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really great feature. Alex seemed kind of dumb to me, but I like a lot of the new costumes are awesome.
Dude. Speaking of Zangief.
Yes.
Dude, he's the Macho Man.
It's great.
It is. Like, I want to main him now.
You should have been maining him from the start to begin with anyway.
I know, but now it's like, it's concrete, dude. I gotta be Macho Man Zangief.
Yeah, it's probably.
I'll pay money for that shit.
Dude, classic Ken and classic Ryu are awesome too.
Yeah.
Because they like Ken doesn't look as dumb.
I don't like his other one. It's like short hair.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Yeah. They actually took a picture. I think they were he resembles the old school Ken from the original Street Fighter.
Really?
There was like a character that had blonde hair and short blonde hair in that one.
Huh.
Or maybe it was from a different game. But
I think it's from a different game, to be honest with you.
yeah, but it looks just like that one person. So I think it's more of an homage.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone got it. It's like one dude on Reddit did. He's like, I think it's this.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, you're probably right.
But
it's still dumb.
Yeah, it was good that this new patch did a lot of stuff, though, as far as matchmaking.
Is there rage quitting?
I played all last night, and I was on fire. I won, like, every match but one, and nobody rage quit on me.
Cool.
So I don't know if people are just not doing it so much anymore, or I don't know if they did anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But it was not an issue for me at all last night.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. And I want to say I played, because you can play 2 in a row, I probably played a good 20 matches, 30 matches.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Good to hear. So it's shaping up. And, I mean, if you were having issues with it before so you didn't pick it up, it sounds like it's getting there.
Yeah, it's definitely getting there. Trials mode is really good for new players, so if, you thought it was going to be too hard of a learning curve, you can get in there. It'll teach you the combos. It's cool.
Nice.
Really good.
Hopefully I can pick it up again soon. I've just been, well, never mind. Dark Souls comes out next week. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think, honestly, if I had this game and internet, it's all I'd be playing. Even
over Dark Souls?
I would probably play Dark Souls and play Street Fighter to take breaks from Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I really like Street Fighter 5. It's going to be tough to beat for my game of the year, to be honest with you.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our rundown for the first segment. Up next is our SNES and Genesis.
I can't wait for this one.
Game of the year.
This is the second most wanted
of all
episode I wanted to do besides the Final Fantasy.
So
I want to do a Resident Evil episode as well, but
we'll see if anything kind of comes out.
But they could be dead. Maybe when the new movie comes out.
Oh, God. All right, with that, we're
yeah, all right, we'll move on.
All right, now to the top 10 list of the generation of the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to do our top 10. No top 5s or anything. We're just going to go top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I
Okay.
always go first.
Yes.
What's funny is I don't have a single Genesis game, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's the point.
I think the Super Nintendo was that much better. And starting off at number 10, I have Breath of Fire 2.
Nice. I never played it.
Really? You never played Breath of Fire 2? It's a solid RPG.
Oh, I bet. I mean, it's in your top 10,
yeah.
so
a lot of these are RPGs. I just really like Breath of Fire 2. I like the characters. I like the combat. I like everything about it. So.
I mean, it's an old school. It's like a traditional RPG.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Turn-based traditional RPG.
So is it set up like 3 or is it set up like 4? Because 4 was like a little different. It was like more instanced.
No, it's standard turn-based.
Okay.
It's pretty basic.
Okay.
Just it's a tougher game too. Like it's a harder RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having to power level a bunch when I was young because I didn't know enough.
Yeah.
About RPGs. So it took me a while to beat it and stuff.
Cool.
But I really like it.
Good pick. All right, my number 10. Have you ever heard of this? It's a Sega game.
Okay.
General Chaos.
No.
Okay.
Never heard of such things.
You never heard of it? Okay, it was a game that my brother. This is coming from pretty much my brother because this was his like console generation.
Yeah.
So I played all his hand-me-downs, and it was a game that I think someone stole from us, or like he gave it away, but I loved it. And it's basically a tactical game where you get, I believe it's 5 characters, and it's like a blue and red team, and you get like assault, you get a bomber, you get like a flamethrower guy, like that kind of thing, and then you just duke it out on a battlefield.
That sounds interesting.
It's fun, and like it's a cool art style, and I just have such fond memories. I sucked so bad at it. It was really hard, and I mean, I don't know if it lives up to anything, but I had tons of fun with it.
Well, that's all that really matters.
Yeah. So, all right, number 9.
Number 9, I have Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Ah, very good. I figured it would be in there somewhere.
Yeah, it started it all for me, basically. Looking back on it, I don't know. I just had so much fun with it because I was the only one. Like everyone, my brothers played it, and all the neighbors. I was the only one that could do the moves, so I just dominated everyone.
Yes.
So that's why I love it so much.
Yeah, man, started it all.
Started it all.
All right, for my number 9, Mutant League Football for Sega.
That's a good pick, actually. I like Mutant League Football.
It's so much fun. It's like the first brutal sports game. If you don't know, you're just like goblins and skeletons and stuff, and you like blow up on landmines, and there's holes in the field, and it's just a good time.
Brutal, too.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And like, if a character dies on your team, they're dead forever.
Yeah. And it's just fun that in a football game you can die.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of fun. It really stands out among the sports games, so I threw it in there.
I think my favorite sports games of that era was probably Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball.
Really? Not NHL?
No, I like Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, and I really like Super Shootout Soccer.
Well, I've never even heard of the soccer one.
That's a Capcom game.
Okay.
I really liked it back in the day.
Cool.
But okay, my number 8 is going to be Mario Kart.
Okay.
Yeah, the original Mario Kart.
I never got into it. I never played it. I started Mario Kart on the 64.
Yeah, you were a little too young for that game.
Yeah. But I only hear good things about it.
Oh, it's great. Battle mode was awesome. It was just a lot of fun. One of the better racers. Plus, it started it all.
Yeah, again, this is where a lot of this good stuff started.
Yep.
My number 8's Earthworm Jim for Sega.
That's a good pick. He was an honorary mention on my list.
Yeah, it's just the style, like the art style, and it's fantastic. The animations are really good.
Graphics at the time were incredible.
Yeah, like it's just so good, and it's really hard. I've never beaten it.
No.
But I know the end. It's like you launch the cow, and then at the very end,
yeah,
it kills the princess you went to like.
Yeah, at the beginning you launch the cow, and at the end it kills the princess.
Yeah.
You know what? I did actually beat that game now that I think about it.
So, yeah, that's on my list just because of fun factor and just how different it was.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Number 7, that's where I put Final Fantasy VI.
Okay.
We talked about it enough over the course of this cast. Nothing left I have to say about it. Just great.
Yeah. Okay. My number 7's Haunting for Sega.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, you're basically like a specter ghost, and you like harass a family inside their house, and like you get into like the fridge and like stuff like that, and you just scare the shit out of them. And they have to run. You have to get them all to move to another house, and like that's the levels.
That sounds fun, though.
And then like so there's so many levels. You just keep going to new houses and scaring the shit out of families. It's a lot of fun. Going back, I played it and it's not that great. Like I remember like really trying to play it again. Because like there's like an in between, you go to hell mode where like you have to acquire energy so you can scare people, but it's overall a really cool, unique idea, and it was a lot of fun.
It sounds like a really cool idea.
It was.
There's nothing else like that.
Exactly. So I wanted to try to put something unique in here, and that's
pretty unique.
Yeah.
Mine, yeah, like I don't have any like unique stuff because like I grew up and I played all these games, so like mine are the classic ones because I did play them when they came out.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen, and mine's actually just unique because of just how many different friends I had, and I got into it later, so a lot of these games like people had just laying around.
Yeah,
and I would just pick them up and play them.
Yeah. My number 6 is Turtles in Time.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably my favorite brawler of all time. My favorite 2D beat 'em up ever, I would say.
It is so good.
It is so good.
It's so much fun. I agree. And what was that I don't know the history too well. Was that the first like arcade to console game?
No,
like
the original Nintendo had the
that's right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game.
That's right.
It was the first one where the home console version was arguably better, though, because you could change the color of the turtles.
You could change you mean like be different ones, or
no, the sprites. You could change like the way they showed up, like the color of the green they were and stuff like that.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it just unlimited continues was nice.
Yeah, you're not pumping quarters.
Yeah, it is just the best like brawler. You could throw people at the screen, which was great.
Yeah,
that part where you grab a foot soldier by the arm and just smash them back and forth. Had all kinds of moves and techniques and 2 surfing levels, which I liked.
Yeah,
the sewer surfing, and then you're surfing in the future. It's great.
It is. It's a really cool concept, and I mean, really set a standard for beat 'em ups.
Yeah, and I do never think it was ever topped as a beat 'em up. For me, at least, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of something.
I really like Ninja Baseball Bat.
Ninja Batman Baseball is good, but it's not as good as Turtles in Time. Like Aliens versus Predator is really good. It's not as good as Turtles in Time. Final Fight's really good, but is it as good as Turtles in Time?
If I got a choice, I'd probably pick Turtles in Time over all of them. So you're right.
Yeah.
All right, my number 6 is Secret of Mana.
Good pick.
This actually was more me watching than playing. A buddy of mine, I don't really see him anymore, but he played it a lot, and I watched him, and I just love watching it. I finally got to go back and play it. I never personally beat it, but I know it's awesome.
Yeah, I have it on here, so I'll talk about it when we get to my
but I really enjoyed it
because I have it higher.
Yeah, I figured. I just gave it lower because I didn't officially beat it.
Yeah,
but it's there. So, number 5.
Number 5 is going to be Mega Man X.
Dude, me too.
Really? Good.
Good
game.
That's a great game.
Probably my favorite Mega Man game. I love everything about that game.
2 is better for me.
Mega Man and 2 or Mega Man X2?
2.
Okay.
2. The regular. Just because the nostalgia and just I can pick that up and play it and always have a great time.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those games that introduced me to gaming, you know?
I would say the reason I think I like X better is it really stepped it up as far as like you could do the wall jump, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. You had the slide, which was awesome. And it was one of the first games I got for Super Nintendo, actually. Like whenever, you remember my Christmas story where they all fell on me?
Yeah.
It was one of them, and it was like the first game I played where I was like, wow, is the Super Nintendo better than the Genesis? That was the first game. It was Mega Man X.
See, I like the fact that they added all those things too, but I love the simplicity of the original just because it almost makes it a little harder.
It is harder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough, but that game is so good.
It is. It is. It's really good. I think
like finding all the stuff.
Was there much story to X?
There was a story, but I don't care.
See, that's what was wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like 2. You can turn it on, you select a boss, you fight them, and there's nothing.
There is some dialogue in X.
Yeah. So because who cares about a Mega Man story?
Fair enough.
Oh, I want the lore. No one wants the Mega Man.
That's why Mega Man X4 was ridiculous. Like,
I know.
You could play as both X and like Zero, and their story was just so out of control bad.
I'm gonna step aside here. Am I the only one that doesn't like Zero?
Probably.
I don't get it. I think I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't really like him.
I like Zero.
It should just be Mega Man and forever just Mega Man. And Proto Man's cool too.
I will say that it upset me that they put Zero in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 instead of Mega Man X. I will say that pissed me off.
Yeah, that's a shot, man.
Yeah, especially because he was in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. So I would have rather seen X in a Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's cool if you like him. I get it, but he's not better than Mega Man.
No.
And he never will be. I'm sorry.
No. I like him, though, because he has a laser sword and stuff.
I think that's what I don't like.
Really?
I just like the traditional Mega Buster, and that's it.
That's fair enough. I still think he's cool.
That's fine. All right, number 4.
Oh, what do I have for 4?
My 5's the same as yours.
4 is where I have Secret of Mana.
Okay, so talk about it a little more.
Secret of Mana was awesome just because, like, I actually put it higher than Final Fantasy VI. I enjoyed playing it. I think the reason I love it so much is the co-op factor. That was the first time, you know, me and my one friend Matt, we were real young. It was like when we first started hanging out, we played and beat Secret of Mana, so I have a lot of fond memories of it. I really like the 3 characters. They're all very different. I like the wheel system for using magic. It's also very long, very epic. It is one of those things where you're just like running around finding these seeds. So it's like, you know, find the 5-6 crystals type deal again. But really interesting combat system because it was kind of like Zelda with a mix of Final Fantasy where you had to like attack, but then you had to wait and charge your attacks. And just the fact that you could play it with someone else is why I liked it so much.
It definitely did the action RPG correctly.
Yeah, and the music in it is phenomenal.
Yeah. I honestly think I'm going to go back and play it again.
I will play it with you if you want to play it.
Yeah.
I still have it for Super Nintendo.
Dude, we should do that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I actually have a Super Nintendo here.
Really? I don't have a Super Nintendo.
My brother gave me he gave me the Super, he like had 3 of them because he's a collector.
Yeah, he does.
Like the Super Nintendo / Nintendo mix-up. Like, you can play both.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, if you have it, bring it over. We should play it.
I'll bring it over. We can play it. And I need to get it. Your brother needs to get my Chrono Trigger working again, too. So
He will.
I have faith in him.
If there's one person that's determined enough, it's him.
Yeah, but I love
You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
I know you're listening.
You need to fix my game.
He'll do it.
I know he will.
So my number 4 is Turtles in Time.
Yes, good pick.
So, same reasons you've said. It really is just an amazing beat 'em up. And the fond memories for me is the first time I played it was over a friend's house, and we just played it all day. It was the first game, like arcade style game. I was like, oh my god, we can just play this infinitely.
I know we
it's
don't have
so
to put
much
quarters
better.
in it. Yep.
So that's really and like I said, it's just a really good game.
Yeah, great level design in that too. Great music, bright colors, so much fun.
And if you don't like the Turtles, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you're weird.
I get it now if like you've just only been introduced to them because they suck right now, but back in the day they were the shit.
They were the best thing ever back in the day.
Yeah. All right, so number 3.
Number 3 is gonna be Zelda. Probably. We'll just wait for it because I'm assuming you have it on there and higher.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so.
All right, my number 3 is Chrono Trigger. I'm gonna wait on this one because I assume that you have this higher.
Yeah. Okay, so number 2 for me is Super Metroid.
Okay.
Super Metroid is probably the first game that I got obsessed with. That I just thought was so amazing that I just could play it over and over and over again. And I was obsessed with trying to get a better time, trying to get all the weapons. Like, that game is so important to me.
I'm gonna say this as a game, like as I gamed with you and talked to you. It seems like you're very passive in that a lot of the collectible things.
Yeah.
Like you're like, take it or leave it. If I find it, I find it. But I'm gonna keep playing and moving forward. And so you saying that is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like that you were interested enough to actually take the time to find everything that you could.
Yeah, I love that game. That's one of my all-time favorites. I would put it probably as one of the most important games in my life. As far as that, I remember one summer, because the way it worked in my neighborhood, none of the kids were my age, so I just played video games in the summer, and that was like the first game that really, like, I played it an entire summer. It was so good. 6th grade, so I don't know how old I would have been.
Well, that's good, man. That's a good pick.
And I just think it's so big. It looks so beautiful. The music's so good. The weapons are so good. It was the first Metroidvania game, so it's like such a pioneer too. And that's, I would say, probably the saddest thing is that series has gone downhill so much.
All they gotta do is make a 3D, 2D platforming Metroid game.
Yeah, it is my favorite Nintendo series. Like, I like it better than I like Zelda. I like it better than I like Mario. Like, Samus is my favorite character, like my favorite Nintendo character. I don't put any Nintendo game over Super Metroid. it's the best game Nintendo has ever made, in my opinion.
It's not on my list.
That's weird.
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm staying true to myself. I never actually beat that game.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's so good. Like, I'd honorary mention it because I've played it and it's fantastic. But I feel like I would be doing it injustice saying that I'd be, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be true and say that I never beat it, so it's not on my list, but I knew it'd be on yours.
Yeah, and it's also the
So we
end of
talked
that
about
game I really love with, you saved that Metroid and it thinks you're its mom, so it comes and saves you. It's so great.
Yeah.
And then you can save the animal friends or not. I love that. It's like, I have to save my animal friends just to see that little pixel fly away. So your animal friends made it out. Oh, it's so good.
It's like it's like almost like a really dreary alien sci-fi, and then like the final decision is to save the cute little animal.
Do you save the cute little animals or do you just keep going? And if you kept going, you are heartless. Heartless, I say.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is a game near and dear to my heart. It's Kirby Superstar.
I don't think I've ever played it.
Oh my god. It's the one where he gets different jobs.
Okay.
Like you'd be Fighter Kirby, pretty much like Link Kirby. You can shoot spells, stuff like that. And the reason it's my number 2 is probably the Super Nintendo game I played the most on the Super Nintendo. It was the co-op factor for me.
Yeah.
You could have 2 different people, and I played that game to death, and I loved every second of it. And that's it's not my number 1, but it's like I said, I told you earlier, it's the one game I think of when I think of Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's the one you played the most on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so it's my number 2, and so.
Yeah, do you want to go over some honorary mentions before I do my number 1? Okay. Some of these, it's so hard to not mention because they're so classic, but I just couldn't put them in my top 10. Mario RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Mario RPG, but I don't seem to have that love for it that a lot of people do, where they think it's like one of the best RPGs ever made. It's still really good, but for me, it's not.
It's not Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I don't like the characters enough, and I hate to say it because, like, besides Mario, you play as like a bunch of characters that never came back and never did anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the combat system to me was okay, but it wasn't anything special. But it's still really good. It's definitely worth mentioning. Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
I loved Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. I'd probably put 2 as the best one. But that's one I just remember playing a lot with friends, and I really like that game. Star Fox.
Good.
Feel like it needs mention.
Yeah, good pick.
That's actually my older brother's favorite game of all time.
I watched him beat it. I never thought I'd see your brother beat a video game.
He's
and I
like
watched him do
hunting,
it.
fishing, and drinking, and the only video game he really loves is Star Fox.
That's awesome.
And I mean, it's a fun game. It had the 3 different paths. It's really challenging and just ahead of its time.
It really was.
I have Aladdin.
Yes.
I loved that game.
The only Sega game you've mentioned.
No, I like the Super Nintendo version better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
I
because
played it on Sega.
the Super Nintendo version was made by Capcom,
Oh.
and it's better to me.
Isn't it the same game, though?
No, they're completely different.
Really?
Yep. It's like Batman and Robin. Those 2 games were completely different.
Oh.
That's one where the Genesis version was better.
Ooh.
Batman and Robin on the Genesis was
Yeah, we were saying, we were thinking, I mean, yeah, I'm talking about the Sega one, but I still think the Sega one's superior to any other Disney game ever made.
Yeah, they're both really good. I like the Genesis one.
Yeah.
I just think the Super Nintendo one's better.
Fuck you, Kingdom Hearts.
I would say Aladdin's better than Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
You win that round.
Oh yeah.
I have Super Punch Out.
Yes, very good. I didn't personally get into it as much as I love Punch Out, but it was good. I just felt like it was a little too much for me.
It's short too. It's
Yeah.
really quick to beat.
It's just like a lot of stuff going on. It wasn't as simplistic and quite as fun, and it kind of gave me a headache, but it was still good.
I just think that it's not as good as the Nintendo one.
Yeah.
That's probably why most people don't remember it as fondly.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then I have Knights of the Round.
Cool. And that's a beat 'em up?
That's a beat 'em up from Capcom. One of my all-time favorite beat 'em ups. Not quite Turtles in Time level, but it's really good for a Super Nintendo game.
I've only heard good things about it. I've never been fortunate enough to play it, though.
Yeah, your brother has my copy.
We'll play it.
And I liked it because you leveled up at it, which I thought was neat.
Yeah, that is cool. Gives you a reason to keep fighting what's going on.
Kind of one of those rare, underestimated games that nobody played that I really enjoyed.
Under the radar.
Yeah,
But that's cool.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
No.
Yeah,
Because what?
You're too young for this generation, I think.
Well, the thing is, you've said a lot of them. Like, I would put Donkey Kong in there. Super Metroid is an honorary mention for me.
Yeah.
Aladdin is a great pick, and I would say that's there too. But I mean, I could, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite games.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so let's just go to my number one without question is Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's why I skipped it.
Like, that's the best role playing game ever made.
Dude, I went back and I emulated it just because it's so freaking hard to get a copy of it. I'm not gonna try to drop money on it or anything. But even going back, dude, it's so good.
It's still good. That's the thing.
It really is.
The systems in that, the active time battle. I think what I loved about it so much back in the day was being able to see the enemies. There wasn't random encounters.
Yeah, it is. Not even to this day, not many RPGs do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say that Chrono Trigger is the most responsible for turning me into the person I am today. Like, that game, I love everything about that game. I loved the art style. Like, that's what got me interested in anime. Mm-hmm. I found out Dragon Ball Z, and that's my whole life is, I loved role-playing games after I played that game. I loved anime after I played that game. The characters are so memorable. I love Frog and Chrono.
Dude, Frog is so badass.
So awesome.
He is.
And I'll never forget the first time playing that game, me and my friend, when we were like, I want to say 13, 14, and just thinking we were about to beat it whenever we were like about to kill Magus. And it's like, that's the halfway point. Like, when we called his mom, was like, you can't come pick me up yet. We're about to beat this game. And then we realized we're not even close.
Oh, the long RPGs.
And like, I just remember having no idea what I was doing and like how hard it was because I just didn't understand the concepts of. I remember the first time we realized that a mid tonic refilled 250 instead of just 50. It's like stuff like that. Like, that was the first time I experienced all those moments of like, wait a minute, mid tonics refill 250 HP. We could beat this guy now. Just so much stuff like that. And that cast is amazing. The story's really good. It's so much fun.
Music's awesome.
Music. Frog Song is my third favorite song of all time.
There you go.
I can't say enough about how good that game is. I just think I don't really need to say much because I'm sure it's like it's on everyone's list.
Yeah, if you haven't played it, it's still good.
Yeah, like, go back and play it. Like, I replayed it on my DS like about a year ago, and I still loved everything about it. Mm-hmm. And
is there like a new game plus with that game?
Yeah, so
okay,
I think it has 14 endings.
Wow.
So like, if you beat the game, like, between certain scenes, you'll get different endings. So that was really revolutionary for the time as well. Just multiple endings.
Did you get them all?
Yeah.
Oh, you beat it 14 times?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen every ending. I've beaten that game probably like 20 times probably.
Wow.
It's that good to me. It's the video game that really turned me into a gamer. So that's why.
Then you cannot give it enough props.
I cannot give that game enough praise. If you've never played it and you like role-playing games, I think it's the best one. There's nothing, and I think the reason it is the best one, and this is probably the most praise I can give it, is there is nothing annoying about it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no random battles that get annoying. There's no annoying character. There's nothing about it annoys you. And then, like, in a lot of role-playing games, like Final Fantasy VI, the encounter rate starts to get annoying. I didn't like all the characters in that. And I can say that about a lot of RPGs. There's always something I can find that kind of annoys me, but Chrono Trigger, nothing about it annoys me. And I love the magic. Each one character has their own, like, magic class. Like, one of them's lightning, Chrono's lightning, Frog's water, Marla's ice. Just stuff like that is awesome. double techs and triple techs are great. The twist of you can either kill Magus or have him join your party. Loved that. And it has a bad guy that you're striving to kill the whole time, which is the
important.
main. Yeah. And we always talk about Eris dying so much. Chrono dies in this game, which, you know, your main character dying is pretty shocking.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd say, for me, Eris dying wasn't that big of a shock because I'd already seen Chrono die. So,
which was even worse because that's the main character.
yeah, that's
like Cloud dying.
Yeah,
it really is.
And he's the best.
Yeah, but Chrono is the best. He's so awesome. I mean, he uses a fucking samurai sword.
Yeah, and he's like 14.
Yeah.
It's great. And the trial scene in that's really memorable. Escaping prison is really memorable. And it's the only thing with time travel where it doesn't become a convoluted mess. Everything makes sense.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you're jumping around. And I loved in late game the side quests where, like, you would go into the past and do something which changed the future. So you would be hopping around through time periods doing quests. It was so good.
Well.
So, yeah, greatest game of all time.
All right, my number one.
All right, what's your number one?
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh, there's a shocker. Is Zelda going to be your number one in all of these?
Yeah, it is.
Probably going to be.
So should I stop doing that? Can I just say that every Zelda game every
No,
generation
absolutely not. You got to, because then we got to figure out which one's in there and why, and we want to know the reasons.
Because this one is because it's not my favorite Zelda game. Everyone says that it's arguably the best one. I disagree. But like for you with Chrono Trigger, it's what got me into gaming. It's really what I saw what gaming could do. You could, it got me involved. Like it's more than just the knight saves the princess kind of thing. There's those puzzles in there. The art style is fantastic, and like the music's always phenomenal in the Zelda games. I love the fact that you got just getting the items that change the way you do dungeons and attack enemies, all that stuff. I had never experienced that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So of course it's like you said with Chrono Trigger, it is definitely the thing that made me a geek.
Yeah, and I mean that's up there it might actually be my favorite Zelda. I don't know. That's so hard.
I know, because they're all really good.
Yeah, they're all great. It's between that and Wind Waker for me,
which is an amazing pick.
So, but I love that game too. I remember that's another one because you weren't used to games being that long. When you got those 4 medallions, you're like, all right, I'm going to go save her, and you're just not even halfway through that game.
Yeah, I know.
Getting all the items to open up new areas, it's so good.
Yeah, and I mean, your equipment actually changed what you look like.
Yeah, I like that too.
And they honestly haven't really gone back to that kind of thing as much. Like, sure, your tunic will change, and you might get some gauntlets and stuff, but Link looks different by the end of the game.
Yeah.
And usually it's not really like that.
I really love the opening scene in that too, where Link just wakes up and his uncle's going to save the princess, and you follow him, and he's dead, and you just take up the sword.
Yeah, it's probably I would say it's probably the best opening of a Zelda game.
Probably, I love that song too at the beginning. I can't even remember how it goes, but it's great.
Yeah, because it's real dreary and rainy, and you have to sneak into the castle. You feel like a little thief or something. And then you get the sword, and then you fight that guy with the giant, it's like the spinning flail, and you're like, holy shit.
And I'll say, too, that was, the first game that, I really wanted to beat that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt like a real quest.
Yeah, before that game, I would say, it was, games were always too hard, and I never cared if I beat them. I wasn't that into video games. I just kind of played them like any child, but that's one, too, for me that I really wanted to beat that game, and it was the first time I felt a desire to complete a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, the only reason it's number 3 is because it didn't have the effect that Super Metroid and Chrono Trigger had on me. But to say that you're the 3rd best Super Nintendo game of all time is arguably you're the 3rd best game ever made.
Yeah, so it definitely, and I mean, you can talk to anyone and they'll praise Link to the Past.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it too. It's almost a perfect game. I love the scene when you get the Master Sword and like
yeah.
the sun shining through
Yep.
and like the squirrels are running away. I love that scene.
Yeah, it's great.
There's so much memorable the puzzles in that. I can still to this day remember the stuff I got stuck on, like going up Death Mountain. You had to turn into that rabbit
Yep.
and then like stand.
Yep.
Oh, I got stuck there for
So did I.
long.
First time I played that game, I quit that.
Yeah,
And
I
actually
remember.
went back and restarted and figured it out.
Yeah, that's what happened. That happened to me later in the game. It was one dungeon I got stuck in, and it was the one where you got the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I had messed something up, and I needed to start over. And then I, believe it or not, my brother actually figured out what to do, which is hilarious.
The one who likes Star Fox.
Yes, older brother.
But yeah, okay.
My
Yeah.
my little brother only played sports games, but he still plays sports games to this day.
He's a fan,
Yeah,
man.
he'd be playing NHL with us.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Link to the Past is, I think a lot of people, if you go, what's better, the Genesis or the Super Nintendo, people like Super Nintendo because it has Link to the Past.
Sure. I agree with you there.
And the thing is, I had a Genesis. I just think that the Super Nintendo was that much better.
Yeah. I mean, obviously my top 6 is Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I don't have a Genesis game even that I consider like that was really memorable to me and had a big impact on me. There's not a single Genesis game that I would say.
Yeah, I get that.
And I even, because we're doing this list, I was trying to think of some sort of Genesis game to throw on here. And I mean, there's a couple that I really like. The closest I'd say to making this list was for me was Gunstar Heroes.
Never played it.
Never played Gunstar Heroes. It's awesome.
Yeah, I never played it.
Yeah, that's a treasure game. It's really good. 2D shooter. It's kind of like Contra, but could throw people around. 2-player awesomeness.
Nice.
Like, I would say Gunstar Hero is my favorite Genesis game, so I'll just throw that on there.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that's it.
So I could put a Genesis game on there.
So
Gunstar Heroes, you'd have been number 11.
there you go. Pat yourself on the back.
Yes.
So doing this bracket thing, it looks like for this generation, it's Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past versus Chrono Trigger.
Okay, that's a good.
I think that's a very, very interesting.
That is interesting because
I feel like it's been done. I mean, it might have. Even
it's been done to death,
Yeah.
probably.
But the thing is, I really, really hope we get some people voting, and I'm really interested to see because I honestly could see a lot of people going either way.
Yeah, it's a hard decision.
It is. The main thing is do you like RPGs more than you like adventure games?
That's I think what it comes down to.
It really is. If you're not a fan of turn-based games, then you're gonna pick Link to the Past. But if you like both, that's where I'm interested. Because honestly, I mean, I am the biggest Zelda fan ever, and the only reason my Chrono Trigger is number 3 is because, like I said, I feel like Kirby calls to me for some reason, so I made it 2. But I would pick either of those up, like, anytime.
Yeah. And that's like for doing this list for me, what was surprising for me is that I put Final Fantasy VI that low.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, that's people's favorite game of all time.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it and I was like, I really do like Secret of Mana better. I like Zelda better and I like Super Metroid better and I like Mega Man X better.
Yeah.
And that just shows you how good the Super Nintendo was.
How deep it goes. For sure.
Like Super Mario World didn't make this list.
Honestly, I'm not a real big fan of that game.
I know, but I mean, a lot of people are.
Oh yeah,
And
I know. I'm very much.
If you did
in
a
the
top
minority.
10 Super Nintendo games, I would say most people would expect you to put that on there.
I think that's what's cool about us, though. We threw some.
Yes, you threw some wild ones in there. Like I said, mine are pretty standard because I grew up playing that system.
I mean, in our bracket, what it comes down to is the top 2 anyway, or top 1 for each of us. So it didn't really matter, but I thought it'd be interesting to throw my perspective of just those secret treasures I loved growing up.
Yeah, and I would say that this was really hard to come. Like, it wasn't hard for me to come up with 10 order. It was really hard to come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I knew Chrono Trigger and Super Metroid were my 1 and 2, but after that, it was...
I knew Zelda was my number 1, but then I going through it, I realized how much Kirby impacted me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I love Kirby.
You do love Kirby.
Dude, I named my dog after him.
Yeah, you named your dog after him. He's your main in every Smash Brothers.
Because he's the best.
He's only the best in. Oh God.
When I play it.
Yeah. When he is the best in the new one.
Oh yeah, hands down.
I would say, Brawl. There's an argument to be made for some other characters.
Yeah, he's always viable. Very viable.
He's always a beast.
Yeah,
he
for sure.
floats. He has the best down B.
Oh yeah.
Down B, up B.
Try to stop it. Can't.
Yeah. Good luck.
All right. That's the end.
That's the end.
That's the end.
All right.
So, quick shout outs. Dragon Power's been really nice and, thrown some love our way. So, check those guys out if you're interested in some more gaming podcasts. And then we also, another thank you to Mr. BS Show. Really appreciate the support that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we really love to see that and that people are listening, and it's not just our friends.
Yeah, people are listening. We're picking up momentum here, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, our Final Fantasy has some, I think overall probably has 100 listens, and
Batman one had a lot too.
Yeah, that's actually at 100 already.
Yeah, and we're gonna put up more reviews. Probably the next one we're gonna do Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, we're doing Dark Souls 3. We're gonna save our momentum for that.
Yeah, we were trying to think of a game to do this week, but it's like, what's the point? Because Tuesday is Dark Souls.
Yeah, so hopefully by next weekend,
which should just be a national holiday. Like, you shouldn't have to go to work.
I'm real sad about it.
I just want you to know that I'm picking it up at midnight and I'm off the next 3 days. So I'll let you know how it is.
You're writing the review then. That's what it comes down to.
That's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah, well, so you'll have to take some time away from it. I could keep playing.
Oh, shit, you're right. I'll wait to write it until after I beat it.
You think you're going to beat it the first week?
I think I can beat it in 3 days.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I don't have to work. I don't
believe in you.
have a girlfriend. I don't have any friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I have friends, but I don't have to see them.
Yeah, because they'll be playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, all my friends are going to be playing Dark Souls, so it doesn't really matter.
All right. Okay, so look forward to the review coming next. Hopefully it gets as much. I think it will. I think Dark Souls 3 is going to do really well.
Oh, I'm sure it will. So, and I have a feeling next week probably going to be Dark Souls 3.
I would say so.
Yeah. So.
I would say so. Well, definitely a good segment in there about it.
Yeah.
But we can't give too much away because we're going to review it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. So anyway.
We never plan any of this.
No, not my 3 sheets of notes right here.
Well, you plan. I'm just here to look. Well, fuck, we're not even live, so.
Yeah, but everyone knows
you're
sexy.
You can just tell I'm sexy.
Yeah, like I'm the traditional, that guy's a geek. Kester's like, wow.
Yeah.
What is he doing on a gaming podcast?
Like, this guy should be, in movies.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm just here to get the ladies to listen.
And the cosplay photos coming in.
Yes.
It's all because of you.
It's all because of me. And if you have any of your pictures of hot cosplay chicks, send them our way.
Yeah. We'll investigate them thoroughly. And we'll thank you. And we'll appreciate it.
Yeah. So, just definitely thank you for the support, everyone.
Yeah. In all honesty, it's better and greater than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah, and it feels good to feel like you're getting somewhere, you're growing, and it gives us a reason to keep going. I think we would be doing this either way because this is the conversations me and Andrew would just be having anyway.
Exactly. But it's nice to get them down and to have kind of a legacy to leave behind and see that people enjoy our opinions and have fun with us.
Yeah, and I can't wait till people start fighting about our opinions. It's going to be so much fun.
Batman vs. Superman's the first one, but not much.
I don't know. Didn't we have someone say that the M-rated Zelda was a bad idea?
Yes.
Which, no, it is not. It is the best idea.
And the only thing that be said, and you said it right too, it's just your dream.
Yeah, it's my personal dream. It's not going to happen in any way. It's like wishing my personal dream is that I could fly and have superpowers. It's the same impossibility. Yeah, in fact, no. It's more of an impossibility because you never know. I might get bitten by a radioactive something.
Because that's more possible.
That's more plausible than an M-rated Zelda.
Whatever starts the controversy.
Exactly.
So, okay, we'll end it there. But we really thank you for the support. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We've been tweeting a little bit more than usual. We've been trying. And we got the Twitch going. We don't really do it much, but it's there in case we want to use it.
Yeah, I just don't have internet, and I feel like I would be the one twitching.
Yeah, so...
This week, though.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the issue for me is I just don't have, like, okay, I can sit down for 2 hours. It's like I pick it up when I can, and it's usually not for that long.
Yeah, you're a lot busier than me.
Yeah, so... Anyway, look us up on there, follow, subscribe, and share that shit with friends.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yep. So, thanks everyone for your support, and thanks for listening, and take us out, Kester.
Go murder my murder.